Breaking news on 41 Action News starts now.
Bullets fly feet from an elementary school. Police in a gun battle with a man across the street as parents race to pick up their kids, fearing they could be caught in the crossfire. The man who fired at police injured, now in police custody. But all of this happening moments after Highlands Elementary lifted its first lockdown and as parents tried to pick up their children.
So we want to give you a better idea of the layout in this area. This unfolded at a house that's at the corner of 62nd Street and Row. As you can see, it is right across from that school. We do have team coverage on the ground right now, talking to neighbors and to parents. We want to begin now with Mackenzie Nelson.
And Mackenzie, you talked to a parent who was there as all this went down?
Yeah, that's right, you guys. Right now, I'm at the corner of 62nd and Granada, and you can just see over my shoulder how close we are to the school. And I'm told a lot of people that live on this street, they do have children that go to this school. One of the parents I spoke to said he has a 2nd and 4th grader that attend the school, and he was at work when he received an email and immediately rushed home to go pick up his kids from the school. Now, some neighbors that live on this street that don't have any kids in the school said when they first got word of this, they thought this had never happened before in this area. They couldn't believe it, but they also had an idea of who could have possibly been involved.
And then I saw about 2 or 3 cops swarm a house kind of slowly, and then I was like, okay, something's going on. And then I saw about 3 or 4 more go over there, and then that's when I was like, okay, let's go towards the school. And then that's when they were like, everybody go towards the school.
Well, it's terrifying. Of course, you never expect it in your own neighborhood, let alone near a school. And I guess he even shot towards the school maybe. So that's just kind of really scary, especially when kids are involved.
Neighbors told me they heard the shots fired at the house that's just at the very end of this street. And on the left, you can see tons of police activity still in this area. And those parents and neighbors that I spoke to earlier today tell me it's going to be a very difficult conversation to have with some of those younger kids, especially when nothing like this has ever happened at that school before. We're going to continue to talk to some neighbors. I'll bring you updates as soon as I learn some more information. Live in Mission, Mackenzie Nelson, 41 Action News.
Yeah, Mackenzie, we're talking about elementary school students. Interesting point you raised, and Tom Dempsey continues our team coverage now. So Tom, how did all of this unfold?
Well, Mike, we know this all began right around 1:30 right near Highlands Elementary School, right down the street from where we're standing right now, about a block away from we're at Row and 63rd right now. You can see plenty of police, as Mackenzie was saying, still out here at the scene. But Mike, to answer your question, right around 1:30, we know shots were heard nearby the school. And in the last hour, we spoke to the Shawnee Mission School District, who lauded the staff and the teachers here for getting the students inside, keeping them calm, and above all else, keeping them safe. But the school was put on a lockdown following all that. Students were dismissed to their parents around 3 p.m. That's when we know other shots were fired right across the street from this school. And again, we spoke to the Shawnee Mission School District a short while ago, who confirmed that this suspect, who was right across the street with police, shots were fired, the suspect was hit, and he was taken into custody. We don't know who the suspect is at this point, what his relation, if there's any relation to the school or whatnot, what his relationship is to the neighborhood, but we're still working on that right now. Again, as we were saying, still a very busy scene. Police still right outside that house where the shots were fired with this suspect. We spoke to some neighbors who were saying, they had to, one of them actually had to push their child to the ground out of safety, out of concerns that the child might be hit. And a couple of the news photographers actually were right nearby when the shots were fired. We were all told to move down here, which is where we stand right now. Plenty of traffic in the area. Again, we're standing right near Row and 63rd. Lots of traffic if you live or work nearby, with this still a very busy scene, Mike.
What an incredibly scary scene. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, good to hear none of the crews were injured as well, including veteran photojournalist Matt Reeb, who captured that video of police in the shootout with the person now known to be a suspect.